broadcasting from the SVCC Chocolate Rendezvous Sweetland Studios.
Hello again, welcome to our podcast, Along the Rock. It's really recognition of the people of the Sauk Valley and the river that runs through it. I'm your host, Mark Morris. With me today, Jennifer Lang and Lucas Pauley from Discover Dixon. Thanks for coming up.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
I think the coldest day of the year so far.
Right? Yeah.
Your hands are still cold.
Yeah.
But they're with Discover Dixon, as I say, and that's an outfit that, along with the Chamber of Commerce in Main Street, are constantly busy, I would say.
We definitely.
How busy are you? As they used to say on Johnny Carson.
Yeah, I tell you what, we are very busy, and please check out our website. You can see how busy we are with all of our events and community relations and working with other organizations within. We definitely are geared up for a really exciting 2025 year.
I'm guessing, and correct me if I'm wrong, that this time of the year is probably one of your less busy times. Planning, or do you do a lot of indoor stuff?
We were just talking about that.
We just talked about that on the ride over. You keep thinking that January is going to be not busy, but we suddenly have a bunch of meetings and initiatives and ideas, and we just keep thinking of things we can do and add and make better. So we are definitely busy in January, but we do have a little bit of a break from the regular event schedule, which is nice. Yeah.
You guys are in charge of the downtown riverfront festivals, I take it?
Well, we actually work with the city of Dixon, so
Okay.
we're contracted. We do run the riverfront, so you can book your wedding there or your party there. But of course, we're very lucky that we can host some of our events on the riverfront. Like people think that Petunia Festival, that is not our event, but we work with them. Riverfront, we have like Venetian Night, our Scarecrow Festival, and of course, one of the favorites of our community is our Dixon City Market every Wednesday. So we do have that on our riverfront.
Sure. Now, what about some of the indoor stuff that you're planning and doing during the winter months?
Sure. So we have in March we'll have a career fair. We had that last year with Dixon High School. We had a career fair in the morning for students, and then in the afternoon we had a hiring expo where the public was invited as well. So we had businesses throughout Dixon and the Sauk Valley that are part of our chamber, and a few that are not, that participated in that. So we're bringing that back in March. And then April we have the Best of Dixon Gala. So that's the showcasing the best of Dixon. So that's the Citizen of the Year, Business of the Year, 4 Under 40, and Volunteer of the Year. So that's a night to kind of celebrate the best of Dixon. Nominations are now open for that, so people can vote.
Good to know. Yeah.
And then right after that, I think we kind of kick into our outdoor events. But those are our two
Well, let's not forget Founders Day.
And Founders Day, yeah.
So April 11th is declared Founders Day in Dixon. So it's a day that we get a speaker and we highlight something great that happened in Dixon. So or I maybe shouldn't say so great as I think of the Truesdale Bridge disaster. Memorable, but we have such great, rich history in Dixon. So this is one day, April 11th, that we will have that speaker and just talk about that particular topic. I can't reveal it yet as we're just finalizing some details, but that will be April 11th.
Sure. And then I will add too, February 6th, we have Cupid Shop and Shuffle. So it's a shopping night that we are doing. We usually do ladies' night, shopping nights throughout the year. And this year we're adding even more shopping nights throughout the year. So this February one is the first February shopping night that we've done. So that'll be February 6th. And you can go to discoverdixon.com for all the details on that.
I would be remiss if I didn't mention that there seems to be a real bursting of creativity when it comes to the local theater scene. Are you guys asked to join in with any of that as far as publicizing and whatnot?
Sure. So the theaters we work closely with, we consider both Dixon Stage Left and the historic Dixon Theater, as well as Mosaic Theater Troupe. as community partners. So, all of those are members as well. They submit their events through our calendar. We have their events in our newsletters as well. We also offer space in our kiosk downtown to the theaters to kind of promote the theater scene as well. But definitely Dixon's has quite a few theater options, which is amazing for the community.
Yeah, any idea why that is right now? It just, in a town of 16,000, I mean, it just seems like it's unbelievably busy with that end of things.
Yeah, I don't know if it's been a proven concept, I guess. I think it's been successful. So,
Yeah.
as it becomes even more successful, you kind of see even more, groups pop up and more productions happening, I guess.
We have a lot of creative people in our Sauk Valley area
Yeah.
in general, whether
Same
it's,
too.
like our artist, which you could take either way, being on stage, or the murals that we see that are popping up. It's just a rich community with great creativity.
One thing I've noticed over the years is that people who live in a city or a town or even out in the country don't often know what's going on in their own area. I guess that kind of public relations or public outreach, if you will, is probably an important part of your job too.
It is, definitely. And we really want our community calendar to be like a true reflection of everything that's happening in Dixon. So, discoverdixon.com, if you go to the events tab, you can go to the community calendar right there, and you can submit your event. And we get notified when you submit an event, and we just have to approve it. But we encourage all people to submit their events on there. We want that, to be, what's going on this weekend. If you want to know what's going on in Dixon, that's a true reflection of everything that's happening, for sure.
Yeah, and to add to that, I think that, when you think of Discover Dixon, we talked about the Main Street, we were talking about a chamber, economic development, but we're really a hub, we're a visitor center too. So if anybody's looking for that swag from Dixon or even the Sauk Valley area, we have that, we carry the maps of the Sauk Valley area. So, we encourage the visitors to stop in there and let us tell you what is not only in Dixon, but within the Sauk Valley area, because we get visitors from all over who are taking those day trips from, Aurora, Naperville, the Quad Cities, even our locals. So it's great when we just have that moment to sit down or talk to them and like, hey, did you hear about this new restaurant or this new, the art gallery, rolling exhibit? So we like to really just be a hub to educate and inform individuals what's going on in Dixon and surrounding area.
You are cordially invited to the Chocolate Rendezvous at Sauk Valley Community College. An evening of decadent chocolates, cocktails, bourbon tasting, hors d'oeuvres, and live entertainment awaits you. For event details, visit svcc.edu/chocolate today.
Most people, when they, I presume, when they think Dixon, they think Ronald Reagan, of course, for obvious reasons. But what are some other things that you feel people are not as aware of as they should be? I'm kind of putting you on the spot here, but...
No, I think that we are vibrant with our park systems. We have trails from riding to walking. We're right on the Rock River. So, you think about your boating and your canoeing. So I just think that outdoors is all the time. Lowell Park is such a beautiful park, to go hiking, go walking. You're right there again on the Rock River. So I say the park system. I
definitely agree. I think we have a few community organizations that do a really good job with recreation in general. We have a bike community that does a great job that we actually work with. Rock River Madness, a cycling event that we do in May.
Okay.
We also have a thrivant disc golf community in the Sauk Valley, but in Dixon as well. So I think there's so many things that people can do. I tell people all the time, not enough people know about the Meadows, which is an amazing place in Dixon as well, where you can go walking and hiking, as well as bike riding as well. And it's right off the Lowell Park Trail, so it's amazing. There's so much recreation. That's definitely one thing we try and tell people when they come to town, and we try to promote when we're doing different tourism advertisements as well.
Let me put my tongue in my cheek for just a moment and ask you, could you have the name of the facility changed? I'm sorry. Growing up, that was, my father's word for something else. I just figured it would be named after somebody at some point, like a lot of schools are, and other places.
It's interesting that I think the kids actually call it the Rec. I've heard.
Yeah.
So, people are going to call it whatever they want to call it too.
Yeah,
But yeah, the facility has definitely grown on me, but we don't have any sway on changing the name, unfortunately.
Maybe if you find a big sponsor. All right. Well, as you say, you've got things going on now. I guess what kind of surprises me, and I probably shouldn't, but does, is that you work with all the other groups, and you're not one of these organizations that says this is what we're doing, and to heck with your stuff. We do this, and we want you to come to it, and everything else is everything else.
Well, again, I think we're just a hub for everything. Like, I love when I can sit down with everybody. In any way, I believe we all add so much value to the Sauk Valley area. And doing with events, I can't do events without sponsorship, the financial part. I can't do events without the community input and the volunteering. So, everybody adds something to our community. So I think we like to sit down and talk to them and also lead them to the connect them. I think we do a lot of good of connecting people and organizations and ideas so we can build and be stronger together as a community.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah, and I think it's really important. I can't speak on, before my time, but definitely now there's no silos in Dixon. It's really different organizations that just are happy to kind of work together. We work with the Park District, the schools, we work with the city of Dixon, the Sauk Valley Impact Program, such a huge resource for us with volunteers as well. Jennifer's so involved in being a volunteer herself. So she knows how important it is for us to kind of make sure we're helping these organizations. We're always kind of there to promote Dixon. That's our job, I guess.
Yeah.
So, that's just what we're there to do. So,
And I think that, it's our job too, but people are not aware that, like, Discover Dixon is 6 individuals. There's 6 of us that facilitate all these events and are on these committees and work with these other groups. So, we're all 6 very passionate people of the Sauk Valley, our Dixon area, and I think that we all truly do love our job.
Well, yeah, it's a good start.
So that's helpful,
Yeah.
but just getting involved and just love connecting with people.
Don't want to get too much into nuts and bolts, but where does your funding come from for everything? I suppose it's different sources.
It is, from sponsorship to investors investing us. We used to use the term of being a member of the chamber, but we really believe that they're investors because when they're investing in us, we're investing back into the community. So grants, we're always on the look for grants.
Mm-hmm. And we do have an MOU with the city of Dixon to provide different events throughout the year to also promote tourism. We have a contract with the city. I do believe the city and Discover Dixon will actually be doing a webcast soon on the details of that as well. So, but they're a community partner with us, so we do kind of help promote those things.
Okay, sounds good. Well, you mentioned volunteers. We've mentioned those a couple of times and how important they are. So if I'm watching this and would like to volunteer for something, anything, who do we contact?
Just anybody. Just call the Discover Dixon phone number, 284-3361. Stop in. You can email us, check us out on the website. Maybe you're into cycling and want to help with our Rock River Madness event. Maybe you like kids. We have a lot of family-friendly events. Any event that we put on, we need volunteers to be on the committees. We need help with setup and tear down. Maybe you have a certain talent, that you want to showcase, come talk to us because we like to fit you into our wonderful puzzle and get involved.
Yeah, and there's no reason you can't be a volunteer and then a participant as well. So, you've got the interest, then why not volunteer first and then jump on your bike and take off?
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
In that case. Well, thanks, Jennifer and Lucas, for stopping by.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And hopefully it's going to warm up
Yes.
soon.
Yes.
Thank you.
Also, I'd like to thank our crew for making this program possible. every time we do it. I'm Mark Morris, and I hope you can join us next time along the Rock.